guys, welcome back to my channel. Lainey here. Today I am doing the Authortube Newbie Tag. So bear with me, I need to use my phone to look up the questions because I don't have that great of a memory. Question number 1. How did you find out about Authortube? A couple years ago, I randomly stumbled upon one of Jenna Moressi's videos, and I just really enjoyed it, and something I watched more videos. And then I was introduced to other Authortubers. I think then I started watching Kim Chance and Vivian Reese, and gosh, back then it was also like Kristen Martin, and like I think those are like the main ones that I started watching, and I just fell in love with it. I loved every time like a new video was posted, I would always go watch them. I'd say it was probably like the first like substantial time I've ever really spent on YouTube, and I think it was the first time that I subscribed to things really on YouTube. So I mean, that was pretty exciting. Now I use YouTube all the time. Obviously I'm recording a YouTube video right now. So a big thank you to Jenna Moressi for making some of the first Authortube videos I saw, because I wouldn't be here today had I not seen them. Question number 2, what genres do you write in? I primarily write in fantasy. I would say that's my comfort zone. Fantasy, and I would really like to branch out a little bit and write in horror, I think, because I really enjoy like books about zombies. I just love them. And I think that would be fun to write. Question number 3, what is your preferred writing tense, point of view, and category of story? So my preferred writing tense is past tense. I prefer to write in past tense. It always really throws me off when stories are in like a present tense. I don't know why even, but it just like completely throws me off a little bit. I have to get used to the language, I think, because the majority of stories that I've read in my lifetime have been in past tense. My preferred point of view is first person. I think comes most natural to me because growing up I did quite a bit of journaling, and first person always feels like journaling to me. But my current work in progress is third person, and I would also say I'm pretty comfortable in third person as well. Category of story, I tend to feel most comfortable in the young adult, new adult area. Even venturing into some adult with like the horror and stuff, I prefer that to be, you know, adult. But young adult, new adult is where I'm pretty comfortable writing. Are you a plotter, pantser, or plantser? I am a plantser for sure. I really need to have that outline. I like to have that outline. I like to know where I'm going. But then if I sit down to start writing a scene and my brain takes it somewhere else, I just let myself go there. I find that when my brain takes it somewhere else, if I follow it, if I allow myself to go there, I find that what I write just feels more, I guess, authentic. It feels more authentic. It feels more emotional. When it's read back, I feel like I put more emotion into it if I just allow myself to go where my brain wants it to go, rather than force it to be, you know, something that's probably not even meant to be. So plantser, I'm a plantser. Are you self-published, published, or yet to be published? I am yet to be published. I'm not published yet. I need to actually complete, a work in progress all the way to, you know, think about publishing. So hopefully soon to be published, but not quite yet. With that, if we look at that question from a standpoint of would I rather be traditionally published or self-published, I think that I would like to do hybrid. I think it would just be a really cool thing to be traditionally published. Like, I feel like that would just be like the dream. But the more I've looked into self-publishing, the more it fascinates me. The more I think that could be a real, very viable option, especially in this day and age. So I think that I would like to do both. Honestly, I would like the experience of both. Question 6. If you're not yet published, what is your dream publishing house and or literary agent? I do not have a dream publishing house or literary agent. I think that I would be incredibly lucky for any of the larger publishing houses to even consider me, but I don't foresee it happening, at least not anytime soon. So I don't let myself dream there, just because I don't know if it's something that's, you know, actually in the cards for me or not. So question 7, what AuthorTube related videos can we expect to find in your channel? Gosh, I think that you guys will be just as surprised as I will be on what content I come up with. So, sorry guys. Question number 8. When did you start writing? I started writing when I was very young. I don't remember how young. I remember being little and I would go down into the basement of our home. We had like a home office in the basement and there was a computer down there, and it was a super old computer. And I would go down there and I don't know, I would try to write like detective stories. That was what I was into then. I would like pull up WordPad or whatever it is that was on the computer, then I don't even remember. And I would just try to write, and I don't think I really wrote anything that great back then for sure. But also, when I was really young, a little bit older than when I first started writing, but there was Neopets, and they had like discussion forums, and you could like go on there and like role play with other people, and I would do that quite a bit too, and that was pretty fun. That was fun. And I really like taking care of my Neopets. And can I use this as an opportunity to complain that there isn't a very good Neopet app yet? Like, why not? Why is there not an app for Neopets yet? Like, I would play that as an adult. I totally would. So just putting that out there. So Neopets, if you ever watch this, why don't you have an app yet? Moving on to question number 9. What was the first story you ever wrote? Again, that goes back to, I would try to write like detective things. I don't remember exactly what they were about. I know back then when I was little, I was really into Mary-Kate and Ashley, and I imagine probably something along those lines when I was that little. I don't quite remember. What authors have inspired your writing the most? Tolkien for sure. When I was in like 3rd grade or 4th grade, somewhere in there, that's when I started reading Lord of the Rings, and I was really young to be reading that, and I remember it took me forever because those are such long books and there's so many like words that were very big to me then. But I recall it took me forever when I was that little, but I mean, so Tolkien was always a big inspiration. J.K. Rowling for sure. And Cinda Williams-Chima, like, I love her. I don't know, like, her books just make me so happy. I just love her. And then there's also this author. When I was little, my dad used to bring me to like used bookstores. There were like science fiction bookstores. My dad lived in the cities when I was younger, and the cities, you guys don't even know. I'm in Minnesota, so the cities is like the Twin Cities, just so you know. But he always used to bring me to like used bookstores, and one time when I was little, I got this book called Godstock by P.C. Hodgel, and oh my gosh, I loved it so much. I wanted to just live in that story forever, just forever. And there were so many like more weird, obscure kind of authors like that when I was younger, just because my dad had such an extensive collection of books. He was an avid reader in fantasy and the fantasy genres. And my grandmother on my dad's side, she was an avid reader of like horror books and mysteries. So, I mean, I think that's kind of where I get my genres from, is I was really influenced by those things growing up. But man, that book. Oh, if you haven't read Godstock by P.C. Hodgel, I mean, it's a little bit of an older book, but I recommend for sure. Moving on to, do you schedule your writing sessions or simply get to writing whenever you can find the time? I haven't really been scheduling a time. I've been scheduling, more recently I've been trying to schedule like how many words I write per day, more so. So it can be any time during the day, just how many words. My work schedule does vary a little bit. So it's just, you know, however many words. However, I wouldn't be opposed to scheduling like a writing time. Just like I said, my schedule itself is not very stable right now. I work taking care of individuals with disabilities. And as you can imagine, humans are very dynamic. They're very dynamic. You know, they have needs at different times of the day, just like everybody else. Question 12. Do you type on a computer, typewriter, write everything up by hand, or use a blend of those? And where do you write in general? I write on a computer, 100% on a computer. I brainstorm on paper, but I do most of my writing on a computer or my tablet. My tablet has a full keyboard and everything. I feel like by hand, I wouldn't be able to as easily go back and edit, and I can type like pretty quickly, and even then my hands sometimes don't keep up with my brain. So I just think writing by hand would be infuriating to me. Plus I have the world's worst handwriting. You have no idea. It's so bad. Typewriter, again, I wouldn't be able to just go back and fix things. So I think that would get frustrating to me. Where do I prefer to write? This room. I like to write in this room. When I get bored of writing in here, sometimes I like to go bring everything into my bed and try to write there. However, I usually don't get very much done when I'm writing in my bed, so. I also have found that if I pull up like a TV dinner tray to the couch in the living room, I can get quite a bit written that way in the living room. Pretty comfortable there. I haven't tried it yet, but my husband's, his like office slash art room next door, he has a really comfortable office chair in there. It's so comfortable. I can't believe it. He bought his desk and it came with the office chair for free pretty much. And it is just the most comfortable. It's the most comfortable thing, of course. And so I could see myself, if I needed a change of scenery, I could see myself taking my stuff and just going in and hanging out in there. But otherwise, primarily in this room. I'm not really much of a coffee shop writer. I like the idea of being a coffee shop writer, but in reality, I'm just not. I never bring any of my stuff out with me when I go to a coffee shop. I would just go by myself. And you'd think I would bring something to work on, but I don't. So question 13. What are you most looking forward to now that you're a part of Authortube? So I am looking forward to the community. So like, I was raised in a household that was very practical. It was very practical. I never considered my writing like a full-time thing. Like I thought, man, it's gonna be really hard to get published. I'm never gonna get there. It's not going to be very easy to, you know, support myself, and it was very important for me to be able to support myself so I didn't have to rely on anybody else. In the end, like, I just didn't know it was a possibility, really. And so I want to take this opportunity to say a huge thank you to Jenna Moresi for posting those first couple of videos, because if you hadn't posted those, I wouldn't have realized that it was a doable, possible thing. I wouldn't have realized that self-publishing could be done so professionally, you know, by getting an editor, by getting a book cover designer. I wouldn't have realized those things. And oh, I'm just an emotional person, sorry guys. So, you know, thank you for that. But yeah, mostly looking forward to the community and getting to know everybody. And yeah, that's all I have for you guys today. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you would like to see more videos from me, please subscribe. And if you happen to be a fellow writer or author-tuber, I invite you to also complete the Authortube Newbie Tag. All right, thank you guys. I hope you have a great day. Bye.